My name is George Zama, original immigrant from West Africa, from Bamenda, Cameroon. My mom and I, we were and actually started our life in West Africa, in the village of Bamenda. And when I was born, not only I, but my mom almost didn't make it. We first came to America through the lottery. Cameroon, West Africa, the lottery is not the privilege or the right, but an opportunity to come to America through the visa. Came to America with nothing, $0, only but a wish, a dream, and just a tad bit of dedication. When we first came, we actually slept on people's couches for several years. Things began to get even more worse, even more rough. In fact, my parents had to send me back to Africa because they didn't have enough money to sustain themselves, let alone a child. After about a year, I got sent back to America to meet with my mom and dad. And my dad was working as a security guard. And my mom was working as a home health aide, making $6 an hour. In the whole Virginia Beach area. That's where we resided that's where I predominantly grew up in a not so good part of town. An area where there are kids 13, 12, 14 years old carrying firearms, doing illegal activities, robbings, killings. It's like we got robbed in our own home. I was statistically supposed to fall on that path. I should be along those kids who went to juvenile detention. But I couldn't do that. It would be an absolute disgrace for me to allow myself to let my mom see me fall on a bad path when all she wanted to do was give me a better path to live on. At 15 years old is when I began my entrepreneur journey. Started selling cars at 15. I'm now in my 9th car, my 5th BMW. After having junior year of high school and senior of high school in the Twin Palms, California area, which was similar to Palm Springs, California, I started to apply for colleges. I applied to all the Cal States, all the UC schools, a couple Texas schools, and I applied to University of Pittsburgh. Pitt was the first school that accepted me, and I felt blessed to be able to accept into a school. I've never been to Pennsylvania. I've never kind of heard of the school, but I felt thankful they accepted me, and they were the first ones to do so. On Monday afternoon, I started my academic journey. I was a nursing major at the time. From there, walking into a big classroom, but I would just watch a professor point to a couple words for 2 hours. Instead, I go back to my dorm and teach myself how to essentially become a nurse. I didn't feel like that was worth the money. So I wanted to find a better school with a more student-focused curriculum, and I chose Radford University. I started with nursing because my mom started in healthcare, so then I thought, let me maybe get a proper education of the thing I've self-taught myself and already done so well in, so I chose business. I think it's worth it. I'm learning something that I think would be useful within my personal endeavors outside of academics. A lot of you guys may ask, why are you in college? If you've done so well, why are you in the Army? Why are you in ROTC if you've done so well? There are several amount of people in third world countries, especially mine, that are begging to even go to an American college. And I'm here on this land, in this area, and I'm not relinquishing one of the greatest opportunities. I'd be a fool not to do so. As humans, we all take part in judgment and criticism, but it's sometimes foolish to judge a book based on the chapter you entered in, not knowing how difficult it was to even start said book. A lot of you may want the same things, want different things, or maybe desire a certain type of lifestyle for yourself, for your future family, for your current family, for maybe your own kids. It is achievable.